Hello and welcome back to Factorio Space Exploration with Krastorio 2. Today we need to be working a little bit on our cryonite. We'll work a little bit on the vulcanite as well. And then we need to start actually expanding this platform just ever so slightly. So I'll be putting these out here, I think. Just to make sure we have something to go on. Perfect. Clearly we need repair packs up here. I'm running out of room here to do this. We'll do repair pack. Stone, iron, copper. Do we have any iron? We do have 2.1k, so that should be fine. So we do need a little bit of repair packs here, apparently, because our bots are falling out of the sky. Yeah, cryonite is not doing so well. So, let's go and take a look at what we can do to cryonite. We are not having enough cryonite ore coming in here. Let's see if we can diagnose this problem. You could use a bit more of the capsules. Can we do this? Looks like we have enough resources, we just don't have enough crafting. Let's do this. This might be mega overkill. This might be very much overkill. We do have a bunch of these coming in now. Capsule. Okay, so we have been doing about 9 per minute. And this then goes up to 25-ish. So it's double the amount that we've had before. Which is great. This here would be a good area to spend our better modules. Which is absolutely gonna kill the thing here. We do this, and then we'll get oil in there. We'll do this. And we'll put that there. Ogun does suffer from no problem realistically of also getting a couple of repair packs, which is all good. So let's make sure we get those there. I've been neglecting this repair thing for a while. We can maybe also get some repair packs here. Repair pack. We don't have a lot, but we should have enough to repair these items, really. We keep crashing the bots. And this keeps being spicy. Okay. So we went from a negative 75%, I think, crafting speed to plus 20% with a nice 40% productivity. So we can probably take care of all the things that we send in here now. Power-wise, it still looks okay. This is going to eat a lot of power. But this can... It looks like it can fire continuously with this. Then the question is, should we go full... We should probably go full prod module all the way through this production chain. Because we can. Oh, you are covered by that. Okay. We'll put that there then. Because then we'll have multiple layers of productivity in this chain. So this would be... This would be gaining... Oh, I can't see how much it is now. It's 8 times 4, which is 32% productivity. This is absolutely too slow for this. So our cap is actually this machine right now. Where the hell do you send this water? Oh, you send it in there. Wait. No, that's not the same. Okay. That's fine. I'm genuinely thinking if we can flare stack this water here. So I have no idea. Burns any fluid? Probably. Because I'm very uninterested in this water, right? We could do this. Somehow. Okay, this seems to be working. This is mega convoluted, right? But if we could get this to work, our cryonite would absolutely be improved. With multiple layers of productivity here. We still have a surplus of that, but we'd get 49 per minute. Okay, and you can just eat all of that, apparently. Right. Okay, this is mega ineffective, right? But we have the power, so we can do this. We don't really care that much. So we're not getting 80 of this. And we still have a surplus here. But this one would make 40 cryonite rods per minute. And we are not gonna be... We're not gonna be all the way to 80, but... it's still pretty decent, not gonna lie. Okay. This process here is definitely the next step. Because we also have some easy to gain things here. We'll put this here. We'll put these in here together with that. Okay, and you are absolutely smashing this wall. We kind of need this soon. This can also get productivity, which we should, together with some speed modules. Wait, you... okay, you didn't get powered on. Okay. I was like, why are you not getting your repair packs? That's kind of cringe, but we found out why. So this is also going to be multiple layers of productivity. Which is great. So, to be honest, we don't have a lot of vulcanite right now. And it's mostly because of the enriched. Enriched. So we gone from 35-ish per minute to around 70, which is a big, big difference. I think this can soft lock, now that I think of it. That can definitely soft lock. You are reading this, and you're gonna feed that, okay. And whenever vulcanite, it's crushed, right, is less than, let's say 1500, you can go. But if you feed this over 1500, we're gonna be in trouble, I think. So we'll stay there. And Ogun, not really having the same issues, no. You are having power-related issues more than anything else. But it looks like you're fine. Yeah, you're fine. But we can't really can't really do anything about this. I mean, you're shooting pretty quickly. Okay, Cryonite definitely looking like it's doing well. Let's take a look over here. You have 70. You're out in orbit, unfortunately. You have 50 on the way. Like, yeah, we're doing well. This here, not so much. I think we've spent too much making the modules. And we probably need a bunch more to fill this back up. No, okay, you're already done. Somehow. You made 143 of those. Okay, that's pretty cool, I guess. Okay, so Cryonite improved, Vulcanite improved. What would be the next step? I think I've decided that we are gonna go with Energy Science Pack, which is actually holmium processing, which is holminite. Interesting. So we should probably queue up these things. Radiation facility, particle accelerator. We get this for the energy catalog. Oh, we'll get more contaminated scrap for that. So what can we do to increase the speed at which this is doing its thing? We are only looking at a... Well, it's not a crafting speed problem per se, but it kinda is. I would argue that this is probably worth it. As long as it can keep up, which it's not going to be able to keep up. But other than that, this is probably worth it. If we can get more of these to run at the same time, it's going to get us our artillery shell range. Okay, so we have a couple of other things that I would like to work on. The square or the octagon that we recently built, this one here, this is going to be our new oil processing area. So we can get rid of some stuff here. I want to clean up this area. Okay, well. If I get some artillery shell range, I'm just gonna auto-kill these. So they are definitely in the way right now. Okay, let's get rid of these. Let's get rid of these as well. Okay, so the first thing that I want to figure out is what happens if I take this and we do this. I think this is potentially gonna work. I don't really like this. There's no real reason for a train to go over there to there, though. I think this might work, but I'm not the biggest fan of this solution. I don't like that these tracks are crossing. Okay, I mean, okay. I think we can live with that, probably. That's also fine. Really? Okay, it's not that bad. It might look a bit weird, but it should be fine. There are some other things that I really wanted to look at. Let's see if we can get this one out of the way quickly. Because I wanted to upgrade the train that we have. This one specifically. To nuclear powered train. I want to see the difference. Is it worth having that? Instead of the normal one? This is gonna take a couple of minutes. This is starting to be an inserter related problem. Not really, it's a crafting speed problem. Yeah, I kind of wanted to upgrade this iron line as well. It's a lot of belt to upgrade though. We do this. Should improve slightly. But we're not getting there fully. What is eating all this copper anyway? You are eating 1,000 per minute. Okay. Well, unfortunately, I think this is probably another case of we probably want to fix this. Since we do have a bunch of this. Oh no, wait. Yeah, you probably want to keep having the speed modules, though. As we take the consumption down a little bit. And we increase the amount we get by a bit as well. So overall, that's a pretty good trade. That's a pretty good trade. Speaking of good trades, we've been having this down here for a long while. I think this is also a pretty prime example of an area where productivity will be very useful. They are pretty close to breaking through here. Yeah, so having 32% productivity on these will be very nice. But I think this goes down from 25 to way less. This is almost 30. No, okay, it's more like 25. And then it goes down to 13, which is really not ideal. I think it's time we probably do speed module 3s. If I remember correctly, we should have an abundance of immersite crystals, which you for some reason are not requesting, because logistics bots are just that busy. Okay, so now they'll be here, but it's gonna be a while. This is a very good example of an area where we really would like a couple of better speed modules. I think we have to go back to doing this, I'll be honest. Oh, wait, right. These two over here. Kinda would need this as well. Otherwise, there's not, that ain't gonna be, working. Okay, let's do that. This should now be working way better again. Okay, let's take this, go over to kinda semi-train related things and get a couple of nuclear locomotives here. We should have all these things already. Actually, apparently except this. We'll get some of that. That's fine. Okay, we also don't have that many of the normal locomotives. Let's start with getting 10 of these. Probably 10 of these as well, because why not? We have a couple on the way. Unfortunately, this is 40 per craft. That's 80, 160, 200 should be fine. This is just mega full. We can make some extra. You make 7 of these. This is another area where this might be a really good idea. This just ain't that fast. Okay, that's not really getting there, is it? Okay, that's good. Let's see here if we can have the nuclear locomotives at least. We have one. Wait. If I put this on manual. Okay, I can't upgrade these, I think. That's extremely unfortunate. We'll put those out. And we'll get these things transported from me eventually. Okay, this is taking way too long, my guy. Let's do that. You've made 3, but I mean, that takes forever. Okay, these look exactly the same. Okay, yes, yes, yes. Okay, and then we remove these. We'll put these here. Because our bots are so incredibly busy, this is gonna take a while for this to happen. They're also gonna go up there and get some nuclear fuel. But this is 250 kilometers per hour. And we can have some of this here as well. I don't know if it's worth it to put equipment in the trains. I'm wondering how much they're gonna stack up in here. We'll do that. Did you not get anything? You're kinda getting it eventually. Alright, so this actually gets a max speed boost, which this is unable to collect. What fuels can you accept? I'm gonna wait for that to be constructed. I want to see what kind of fuels that I can accept. This doesn't have anything that can increase the acceleration or the max speed by anything. So this normal fuel, processed fuel, gives us a pretty nice 200 or 400 kilowatts acceleration power increase. So biofuel, advanced fuel. Okay, I can't see any of these stats for that there. But I can see that here. I think this might not have any. So 25% acceleration and 25% top speed. It's not enough. It's not really enough. And then any of these that would actually be useful. These are generators. So we're gonna have an additional electric engine. In there to increase acceleration further. Not sure is yeah, so okay, so the problem with these is they actually take a lot of fuel in there. But the acceleration is kind of nice. They are pretty quick. They are pretty quick. Let's just go back to ammo loading here. Don't think we can get over 3 megawatts of acceleration anyway. Maybe by putting the electric engines in there, I don't know. Okay. So, how are we doing with science, actually? We are lacking utility science, and you are lacking cryonite rods. And you are producing as many cryonite rods as you can. You are still being really persistent down here. So we are now producing about 30 per minute. And our constraint is still this, because we do have more cryonite and we do have more cryonite powder. Well, let's see if we can maybe get a little bit more. Would not be bad. This is standing still a lot of the time. So where did you go now? Where are you going? Oh, you're actually going to resupply here. I'm curious to see if any of this is in range, but I don't think so. And I'm pretty sure we would need... Oh, this one might be. I think we'd need at least 1 or 2 more upgrades for this to be cleared out. Okay, so that's actually not in range. Well, we are spending a bunch of ammo as well. Okay, cryonite. That's on the way. Okay, perfect. So with that out of the way, and I think we decided that this is probably gonna work like it is. Right. So let's make sure we have another thing here. You are getting some of those things there. That's perfect. You are getting a couple more of those. Perfect. Let's get that out of the way. Let's clean up some of the forest here. Same with this. Okay, so what storage tank kind of technology do we have available? Where do we have those? Okay, we have huge storage tank and a big storage tank. I think this is gonna be our permanent area for this. So I would really enjoy having the biggest tanks, probably. Not sure this is gonna need these, but they are kinda big. These are way bigger. But they can also hold 200k. Because we're getting a couple new stations here. Okay, let's clean all of this up. And then we go over here. We'll build... No. That was not what we build. We'll build that with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3. Perfect. We'll do this. Put these out here. Put that there. So far, so good. This will be request, but it will be crude oil. This will go crude oil circuit condition for now. That's fine. That is fine. Okay. We had these huge storage tanks. They're not gonna line up with these, unfortunately. Okay. We'll take this into that. Like so, I think. Question is... so they cannot be... Whatever. I don't know if I did something incorrect with that. Or what. No, this is not gonna work. Okay. That's good to know. We could make it work by adding this, I guess. It's not the worst solution I can think of. Because then this is gonna be here, you know? This is gonna be 1.6 million oil, I think. with 8 times 200k. So, I mean, this is gonna last us for a while. We'd connect these as well. This is not really practical or impractical, I'm just... kinda... I think it looks nicer to have 2 than 1. Or does it? Whoops. Maybe we just do this. It's gonna be simpler for the fluid. I don't think it matters too much for the fluid mechanics. But let's do that. Probably. Okay. For some reason, we're not getting the tanks. So let's jump over here. We actually don't have steel pipe. Let's get steel pipe and steel underground pipe. Fairly reasonable. Fairly reasonable to get. So how are we doing with Cryonite? Meanwhile, we've been doing this. Oh. Oh. Man. I'm so stupid. Holy crap. That's not even funny. So this has not been working the entire time, basically. Oh, man. I sometimes wish I wouldn't make these super simple mistakes. Okay. This is not gonna clean this out. If we go to Dracat, you should be looking at having 50 there. Okay, so you're gonna keep firing for a bit. Nice. Okay. So this works better now, I guess. Yeah, so instead of this 25, we're gonna be able to do like 80 again. Wow. Wow. Okay. Very clever. This, for example, would be a very good spot to get some oil. This would be passive provider, crude oil, boom. It's a lot of areas here to get oil from. I think that's about it. Okay. Jesus Christ. Let's connect these. We need the pumps, but reversed. So kind of like this. One, two, three. I'll put that there instead. That's fine. We'll put this there. That we can put there. If we put a couple of tanks here, I am hoping we build up enough to be able to fully load the train. Ideally. Hopefully that's going to be constructed as well. So how are we doing with Cryonite now? Okay, you are making 443. Which should be more than we can spend. But it doesn't look like it is. Okay, because you don't have enough Cryonites. Okay. But still. Yeah, okay, so we are around 50 rods per minute, which is not ideal. Not ideal at all. Interesting. Okay, I thought that would be more. More and faster than this. Probably making a not so wise decision with putting these speed modules in here, but I definitely want to try and see how that works. Put those there. see how that works. Okay. Is that another bot that fell out of the sky? Okay, these are not done yet. So this should be 60k roughly. Okay, 67k. And you can hold 50 times 8, which should be 400k. Okay, you did get your thing now. Crude oil went from something to about 80k. 80k per minute is quite quick. What I want to see here is if having it in these tanks will troll these pumps into not pumping very efficiently, or if I can fill up the train properly regardless. If I can fill up the train properly regardless, I'm just gonna leave it like that, and we'll be satisfied with how that is. But that's gonna be the question here. That's gonna be the question. I want to wait until it gets a little bit more. How we doing with Cryonite? We're about to send another one. This is absolutely mega slow though. Ideally, we probably want to research a couple of things that will not be requiring utility science instead of this, which would not be those specifically, but this, that, and that would not require utility science. So we'd get a little bit of a break from that. And hopefully, Cryonite rods can catch up just slightly. We're still, yeah, we're gonna be stuck here at 50, I think. For sure. Okay, so how are we doing here? 50k. This should now be 200k. One, two. Yeah, that's half of this. Okay, so full cargo. Go here, empty cargo. Okay, let's take a look at this and see how fast it's gonna fill up. Okay, that looks like it's filling up at max speed. Not all of these pumps, though. Okay, so it is struggling once the contents get a bit lower. Interesting. Huh, okay. Oh, either way, you can go back. I was mostly curious to see how that would work, and you can go immediately back to here, which is quite convenient. This is gonna fill up quite quickly. or as quickly as it can. It's 1200 times 8. So it's about 9,600 per second. And this is 261k. Okay. Well, that's pretty good. Now we have prepped this. Are you absolutely trolling me in space, or what's actually going on here? So we're now struggling with these for no particular reason other than crafting speed, I think. Probably want to do this. You have like 100 left to go. This we're absolutely not struggling with. Well, somehow we made our way to a situation where the cryonite is not a problem. Speaking of speed modules, how are we doing here? We have 19 of these. Let's put those in here. We are probably still... Not that. We wanted to check this. Yeah, so we are... When we can, we are stuck at 25. And this should now be... Oh wow, 28. What an improvement. What a huge improvement. Okay, well, I think that's gonna be it for this episode. We've gotten a lot of like small things around the base done. We've started some interesting stuff here with the oil production, where well, this kind of annoys me, not gonna lie. That should not be like that. That should be like this. That should be like this. Okay, I'm confused. Whatever, dude. It's fine. It's because I rotated this. That's a problem that I'm gonna have to deal with eventually. Anyway, we have prepared some oil processing here. Did you spend all the ammo again? No, it's light oil. So we can start building this. So we're gonna build a bit bigger refining area than we have here. Then I'm thinking that end products are probably gonna go out here. We'll see. I haven't 100% decided yet. But we have a couple of options, probably. Yeah, and research is kind of progressing, even though it's really, really slow. Next time, we're gonna get started on the road to the next science pack. We're gonna take a look at holmium processing and see what that's about. I'm pretty sure Draket has some holmium, which it doesn't. It's Ogun that has the holminite. Okay. Yeah, Ogun is due for an upgrade anyway. So we're gonna have to go here and figure out something. Probably more power, probably some more other stuff to make sure that this actually works kind of well. And that we can send holminite as well from there. If you like this content, consider subscribing to my channel. And as always, thank you so much for watching and have a really, really nice day.